how to be successful with your team. It's important to know that you are the visionary of the business, right? You are the CEO, the leader. You can understand big picture, and you understand where you want to go, where you want to take the business. And also at the same time, you want to be very compassionate with your team members. They may not have your big vision. They are your employees. They work in your team, and usually the people who are entrepreneurial, who are leaders, they like big picture. But people who are more oriented towards working, providing a service to you, being part of your team, they are more focused in shorter periods of time, in shorter amounts of smaller amounts of information, shorter period of time. So I want you to understand that when you are a leader, you don't have to explain to your team in a lot of details exactly how you're going to come out of the crisis. And the reason is some of them will get overwhelmed. Some of them, if you give too many steps, too much of a big picture, they'll get overwhelmed and they will not be able to perform. And that's then your team will not be efficient. So you want to give like a view, a map, we're going from here to there. But then you have to break it down for them. What's the next step? What's the immediate steps? The next 3 weeks. Because when we're dealing with a crisis, people usually are affected emotionally. They are stressed. They are not at ease. They are not at peace. They worry. Is the business going to survive? What's going to happen with them? And you want to be compassionate with them and give them only what they need to know and only what you think they can digest for this 3 weeks period of time. And then you show them what's next. But in my experience, I saw leaders, they want their team to approve of the direction or of the plan. And that is something that's very difficult to achieve, and it's usually at the detriment of the leader, at the detriment of the team. It is very hard for a team member to approve of your plan or to be, to tell you, you've done a good job, this is a good plan. Why? First, they are not strategic thinkers, they may not be big thinkers. And also, remember that you have a lot of information about the business and all of the moving components they don't have. So if you want to lead your team through crisis and you want to lead it well, you have to think from their perspective. What do they need to know? What is their immediate action? How can you give it to them in a very clear path that they can wrap their head around it? And no, you don't need their approval. You need their buy-in. Yes, but you don't need their approval. So remember this when you give instructions, when you give directions. And if you need to dig deeper into this topic, connect with me.